In Rwanda, macroeconomic performance remains stronger, the International Monetary Fund said, after they concluded a first review of Rwanda's macroeconomics program supported by the International Monetary Fund's Policy Consultation Instrument (PCI). The program seeks to support the implementation of the National Strategy of Transformation (NST). Macroeconomic performance, the measure of how well the country is meeting its economic target, usually look at things like output, employment, and inflation. According to the International Monetary Fund, growth continued to beat expectation, averaging 10.3% in the first half of 2019, with strong upside risks on the back of a booming construction sector, robust activity in services, and healthy agricultural output. The fiscal deficit in 2018 and 2019 was higher than expected due to accelerated implementation of investment spending, but remained within the program limit. All this was combined with stronger effort demands for the capital goods import needed for construction, has led to a widening of the current account deficit. Headline inflation is expected to peak in the end of 2019 and early in 2020, and to subsequently ease toward the midpoint of the authority's target band. At the end, the institution warned the government's plan to finance the NSTC partly through public borrowing should continue to be supported by careful debt management. In Libya, on the eve of the international summit in Berlin to relaunch peace process in Libya, supporters of Khalifa Haftar, the Eastern Libya commander, have hit hard. His forces blocked the country's main oil terminals in order to economically cripple the UN-backed government of national unity in Tripoli. The company stated that this blockage would cause the country's production to fall from 1.3 million barrels per day to 500,000 barrels. The shortfall will cause $55 million per day. PRO-HAFTAR forces justify the action of blocking the ports of Brega, Haslanu, Al-Shadwa, and Al-Ariga. They said it was a sign of protest against the Turkish intervention in Libya. According to them, the oil revenue distributed by the government of national unity were being used to pay fighters from outside the country, particularly from Ankara. The leaders of the main country affected by the conflict in Libya pledged on Sunday, January 19, in Berlin to respect the arms embargo decided in 2011 by the United Nations and to renounce foreign interference in the conflict, but a state of unfinished remains. Talking about South Africa during a weekend discussion between the Minister of Enterprise, the country's financial services, and the partner, who decided to raise more than 150 billion to save the South African Airways. This company is one of the most biggest and important of the continent. This action will help to minimize job losses and give rise to a rejuvenation of S.A.A., of which South Africa can be proud. This economic bankruptcy generated by corruption and mismanagement are considered to be the greatest threat to the most industrialized economy in Africa. Most heads of state and government from the African continent are in the capital, where they will discuss the British authority investment in the kingdom in Africa. This Africa United Kingdom meeting comes at a time when the British are preparing to leave the European Union. This UK is looking for new business partner in front of 16 leaders from the 21 countries represented at first investment-focused meeting. Boris Johnson will appeal for his country to be more active in Africa. He will also make an important announcement relating to climate change. According to sources close to the meeting, the Prime Minister, Conservative, will end official development assistance. He will also announce the end of his country's support for the thermal exploitation of coal mines and coal-fired power plants. London considers Africa to have 8 of the 15 fastest growing economies in the world. In Cameroon, during a speech, the NAP President BANDA KANI made a hand up on twins election. According to him, decentralization is the stake of twins election of the 21st century, which will make the mayor the whole laboratory of the new Cameroon of tomorrow. This Cameroon, which continues to have stronger ties with the Cameroon of 1984, solely built by our nationalists, the party NAP is the only new party having a better balance sheet and which must be voted in Douala too, because New Bell is the seat of Cameroon and of living together, where our lists are stronger accommodated after they have been contested in football. Africa.